It's really weird. You just don't really get a sense of what a hospice can do until you need it. And we were lucky that when we needed it, we got everything that we needed. Dad got everything that he needed. Well, the first thing to say, we didn't really have time to think too much about it, because from diagnosis to death, Dad was 3 months to the day. He decided very early on that he wanted to be at home throughout the duration. I was the only one that lived at home at the time, and I was very against it. I didn't want to be the one that walked in and found him dead in the morning, which I think hit home with him really hard. But he was still very against going into a hospice. In the end, I managed to persuade him to let me ring them because I wanted help. But that's not why I rang them. I've got them involved for him. The night before he came to Cransley was just horrendous. The Macmillan nurse had come round. We were waiting for a district nurse. His medicine wasn't working. His medicine was running out. It was different ones were doing different things, and he just sat with his head on the table for like 6 hours, not moving, just because he couldn't. He didn't have the energy. If he moved, he was in pain. And he again said, "I don't want to go to a hospice. You're going to a hospice to die." And the Macmillan nurses were the ones that said it. They said, "You don't. You go in the hospice to get help. You don't go in a hospice to die." So they said, "We can get you into Cransley." And they said, "Can you be there in half an hour?" So we got Dad in a car, drove him over there. He walked in, and as soon as he walked in, they knew him by name. They introduced themselves, they took him straight to his bed and let him get settled in, and he sat in his chair. He just relaxed. You could see it. I don't know whether it was he felt like he was in the right place. I don't know what it was, but for the weeks before, every time he sat down, his shoulders were hunched. He was just tense, and as soon as he sat in that chair next to his bed, his shoulders dropped. I couldn't believe the difference in my dad in 20 minutes.